Okay, we are back again. Good morning, dear students. If you remember, we had begun that chapter, A Letter to God, and I had given you explanation of this chapter verbatim, word by word, and also the explanation of what. For the quick summary, I would remind you that we were talking about Lenko, a poor farmer who was expecting to have a very good harvest, but unfortunately, due to the hailstones and the falling of heavy rain, his crops got spoiled up. And poor farmer, who was up till now expecting that he would get enough of money by selling the crops, had to struggle for his life and think how whole year round he and his family is going to take and look after the livelihood. Finally, when he was so much disturbed, when he was absolutely perturbed, he thought and thought, and then finally decided that he would write a letter to God so that God may come to his rescue and would help him. And therefore, he decided to write a letter to God and post it himself. And we remember in the last class I told you he went there. He decided that he would go to the town and post the letter himself. And he wrote a letter. And this is what he wrote the letter in the letter. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes because the hailstorm, etc., etc. So, this is what he decided to write in the letter. That he wrote, God, he wrote, if you don't help me. So, he implored God to help him. Because if God was not going to help him, he and his family were going to go hungry that year because he did not have any money. And so he said that he wanted 100 pesos. See, pesos, like in India, we have got uh, rupiah or rupees as a money. So also in various countries, money has got different name. And pesos is also means coin. Now he needed 100 pesos. 100 pesos so that he may sow his field again. Sow means to plant the crops again, and so that he may again get a harvest in order to feed his family. He wrote to God in the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the box. Usually, what we do when we post a letter, we write a letter, we put it in the envelope, we go to the post office, we have to buy certain stamps or spend certain rupees for it, paste on it, write the address, and post it in a mailbox, the red color box. You all know what it is. So he also went to the town, though he wrote a letter, put it in the envelope, and kept it inside, but he was still very troubled. But natural, no, to get troubled, because we can send letter to the humans, but sending letter to the God is a difficult task. Any one of you who has sent the letter? I don't think so. Anybody must have sent the letter to God, and there is no medium as to who will go and deliver the letter. I think no postman in the world is here, has born up till now, who can take the letter to the God. But definitely, prayers is the only medium through which we can send our letters, send our request, send our sufferings to God. But he, kind of innocent fellow, went to the post office, he bought a stamp, and he dropped the letter into the mailbox. One of the employees, who was a postman, and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him the letter to God. So once what we do is when we put the letter to the into the letter box, what happens? The postman comes, he takes out all the letters, and after the letter is taken out, he selects it area wise, and then it is delivered to different places. So one of the employees who was also a postman, he when he found this letter, took the letter, went to his boss, maybe the postmaster in charge, and he was laughing. But naturally, it's a laughing thing because you will see delivering letter to the god is anybody would think that you are mad, because we all know that we cannot just send letter like we send letter to all other people. So when the boss saw it, he also perhaps started laughing. Never in his career as a postman he known that address. Definitely, we can know the letter address of the world. We cannot know the address of God. Who among you can say that I know the address to God? We presume that God lives in the heaven, but exactly where the heaven is not known. So also this postman, he never knew in his life where the address is. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, who also broke out laughing. So we've got a new word over here, amiable. Amiable means kind, very benevolent, simple kind of sober person. He was a good person. In short, we say a postman who was a fat person. Okay, so he had put on little weight rather, and he was a very kind fellow. Also broke out laughing. He also, when he saw the letter, he started laughing seeing the letter. But almost immediately, he turned serious and tapping the letter on his desk, commented. Though he laughed, but at the same very next moment, he suddenly got very serious and tapping the letter. Tapping the letter means if you take, say, suppose a piece of letter or a paper, tapping means to sound. Like if you take a piece of paper and you take, suppose I take a paper and I pat it here. This is called tapping. So he too also took a letter, tapping it on the desk. He commented. Commented means he made a remark. What faith, I wish. I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter. Started up a correspondence with God. Say it's all in the exclamation mark, if you will see. What a faith. You know, at times, you know what is exclamatory sentences? A sentence where we express certain feelings, emotions of cry, emotions of laughter, emotions of surprise, emotion of anger. The manner in which we express it, we put this I mark over here like this exclamatory mark. This shows that it is expressing some kind of deep emotion. He says, what a faith. And definitely, you know, in the little things we lose faith, and but he was surprised to see the faith of this person. You know what is faith? Faith is a belief. Belief without any proof, of which we don't have any proof. So, what a faith. I wish I had a faith of the man who wrote this letter. Starting up a correspondence. Correspondence means, here is another word, correspondence. Correspondence means a communication, a give and take relationship. A give and take relationship. So he says, what a faith. I wish I had a faith of a man who wrote this letter. So that is what it says. He also expressed the desire that perhaps this man had so much belief that he wrote a letter to God and believed that the letter would reach to God. And he also said, I wish, काश कि ऐसा होता कि वो विश्वास जो उस व्यक्ति के पास है, ऐसा विश्वास मेरे पास भी होता. I would have had such kind of belief that the man had. So much that he started a communication with God himself directly. So in order to shake the writer's faith, in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill ink and paper. So perhaps the postmaster has decided, okay, let us keep up the faith of this person. And thinking that, he just got an idea. He thought that let us answer this question on behalf of God. But when he opened it, but when he opened the letter, it was evident. Evident means EVIDENT. If you see this word, evident means very clear. Okay? Very clear, proofful. So it was evident, it was very clear that simply with the help of a paper, ink, and best wishes, there are other things also required for this person. And what is that thing which is required? Yes, definitely money. Money is required in order to keep this man in faith. But he stuck to his resolution. But though there was this money involved in it, but still postmaster thought that let us fulfill it, no matter what it cost. So he was firm in his resolution. Resolution means firmness. Okay, whatever a person has thought of, to be determined. So he determined that he is going to help this person no matter what it is going to cost them. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give him something for an act of charity. So, what happened? He started contacting the people. You know, this is a lockdown time, and you have seen there had been a lot of NGOs, there had lot of good will people who had helped the poor during the lockdown by sharing their money, by sharing the food, by doing other kinds of charitable work. So also postmaster approached his own employees. The employees also gave little bit of contributions. He himself took out some money from his own salary, asked some of his good friends, ki friends, would you please help me? And his friends obliged. Obliged means complied to. They agreed to his request and to participate in this charitable work. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos. Now, though he put in all his efforts, though he gathered, he contacted people, collected, but still he could not collect up, let us say, 100 rupees. The full total of 100 rupees was not able to gather by him. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lenko, and with them a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. Though he was not able to get enough of the money, but at least he got 50 pesos. Yani ki, let us say he got 50 rupees. So what he did is he put the money in an envelope, wrote a piece of paper, and in that paper he did not write anything except he signed in the name of God. He just wrote God in it as a signature, and he posted the letter in the name of Lenko. The following Sunday, Lenko came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. So, when the week had passed and the next Sunday came, so perhaps the letter was not delivered to him directly by the postman. So, Lenko the next Sunday came, or the following Sunday, one Sunday he posted it, another Sunday he went to the post office, and he asked whether he got some letter. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment. So we have got a new word over here. You can see it's contentment. Okay, contentment means satisfaction. The postman was actually content, satisfied that he was going to finally do some kind of a good deed, some kind of a charitable work, helping somebody who is in pain, who is in trouble. So he was content man. So the postman who had taken out the letter, who had shown the letter, he himself handed the letter to this person. So while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from the doorway of his office. So when the postman was handing him the letter which contained the money, The postmaster sitting in his office and looking from there towards the doorway, towards the open door from where he could see Lenko, was feeling very satisfied of the good act. Deed means an act of doing something, of whatever he has done. He was feeling very satisfied to help this person, looking on from the door of his office. Lenko showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. So let us see. Now, Lenko, when he received the letter, he did not show any surprise. What does this mean? Seeing the money. When he saw the money, he was not at all surprised. See the innocence of the person. He actually believed. See the faith of the person, how strong it is. Children, it is very well said that if you have a faith, even less than that of a smaller than that of a mustard seed, if you wish to shake the mountain, you can do it. Only what thing is required is a strong belief, a strong faith. So Lenko, when he saw the money, he was not at all surprised. He had the firm belief that God, the letter had been sent to God, and the God Himself has sent back money to him. So there was no surprising. He was very calm, very sober, as if everything was very natural. Such was his confidence. Okay, with confidence he believed that the money was sent to him. But he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lenko what he had requested. But when he counted the money, suddenly the expression of his face changed. He was actually angry. Why was he angry? That we'll know later on. But he was angry because he did not receive the money he is expected. He was 100% sure that God could not make a mistake, and he was also sure that God is not going to refuse the request he has made. He will not bring about any changes in the request that the person has made. Immediately, Lenko went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. Thinking he thought something, and then he went to the window where the raw materials or the paper and ink were supplied to him. He asked for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling on his brow. What is wrinkles? Children, when we grow old or we see old people, you would see that there are a lot of folds that comes to the on our face, on our body, all that kind of things. And especially when we are angry, and this ब्रो पोर्शन, मतलब ये माथे का हिस्सा जब हम अब सिकोड़ते हैं तो आप देखेंगे इसमें दो तीन लाइनें आ जाती, इन्हीं को wrinkles कहा जाता है. ब्रो मीन्स माथा. सी वी गॉट अ न्यू वर्ड, ब्रो. हमारे जो माथा है, ये आँख के ऊपर का हिस्सा और सर से बाल जहाँ से शुरू होते हैं उसके बीच का जो हिस्सा होता है, इसको हम ब्रो कहते हैं, माथा. आप सब जानते हैं. So he started to write. When he was writing, there was clear evidence that he was in much stressed, or maybe he was a little angry, or maybe a little bit disturbed in writing the letter. So on the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling on his brow, caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. So caused by the efforts he had to make express his ideas. This means that he was thinking very hard to write. He was very much tensed. So when he was tensed, that wrinkles which had come on his brow was because of the hard efforts, hard thinking which he was doing in writing the letter. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp which he licked and then affixed. Okay, licked. You know what licked is? Licked means when you taste something, put it in the mouth on your tongue. So after once he had finished the letter, what he did, he went to the window, bought some stamps, and because he was not having glue or gum anything, what he did, he took the stamp already has the dry gum in it. So if you put your saliva on it or a little bit of liquid, it becomes sticky. So he licked it with his tongue and affixed it. Affix means to paste it, and he pasted it to the envelope with the blow of his fist. So he was not very much easy or very much calm. What he did, he suppose he took a stamp, kept it on the say he kept it on the envelope and he just banged it with his fist. Okay? Fist means muट्ठी. You will see a word over here. Fist, it means मुट्ठी. जब हम ऐसे अपने हाथों को यूं बांध लेते हैं, it is called as fist. Okay. So what he did is he did that. He gave a huge blow on it with his fist. Okay, the last part of the story, let us see. The moment that letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it said. And the moment he posted the letter and went away, perhaps angry and frustrated, postmaster came, he opened it and took out the letter and he read the letter. And let us see what he has written on the letter. God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of a crook, Lenko. So what was written? God, of all the money that you had sent, only 70 rupees or 70 pesos came to me. And this is not enough because I need 100. So I want 100. So therefore whatever 30 pesos are left, you send it to me. I need it very much. I am seriously in need of it. But see, he wrote the irony in the last part of the statement, but don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crook. Here is a proverbial expression here. It's a phrase, bunch of crook. Okay, bunch of crook means bunch refers to a number of people gathered together. Okay, crooks means dishonest people. Dishonest. They are dishonest. See, you can see the meaning given also here. People crooks, dishonest persons, criminals. तो वो कह रहे हैं कि ये तो don't send me through the postman, don't send me through the mail, through the letter, because this post office employees are actually वो क्या है, ये चोर हैं ये लोग. कैसे चोर हैं? 70 रुपए मुझे आए, rest all the money what it is 30 rupees, these 30 pesos these people have stolen away. And that is what he wrote, and down below he wrote his name. Now this is the sheer irony in this line. You know, it teaches a very great lessons of life. You know, एक हिंदी में आप लोगों ने phrase सुना होगा कि नेकी कर और दरिया में डाल. You don't expect every time that you do good things that you will be awarded with thanks. At times what happens is, in life, people may not understand your goodness. They may criticize you for the good deed. But that doesn't mean that you don't keep on doing good. Goodness is always seen in the eyes of God. It's a God who rewards you. It's God who helps you. It's God who will grant you with the reward of the good deeds that you are doing. Don't expect every time the humans would do things for you. I hope the story is very much clear to you. With this, you complete your one chapter. And then let us see over here, you have got comprehension exercises, which is very important. You have got you get in your examination paper, the extract passages are given to you, and based on the extract passages you have to answer these questions. So you have to, now you have got 1, 2 and 3 exercises, and perhaps these 3 exercises you have to do it all by yourself. Identify the passage from where these passages are taken, and based upon these passages you have to answer this question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3. Rest, I'll tell you later what else to be done. Besides this, the word meaning which is given over here, all this word meaning from, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All this 12 word meaning should be there in your copies, as well as you have to frame a sentence with each of the word. One sentence with one word. This will be your homework. Frame sentence. You have to frame sentence with each word together with its meaning. That's all for today. I hope you understood the chapter. In case you face any problem, you will be contacting me through WhatsApp. I will be also posting notes on the WhatsApp. You are requested again to like my channel, and all those students who have not yet subscribed my channel will subscribe the channel, like it, share it, and next week we will begin with something new. Till then, stay tuned and